Today we're diving into the basics of Photoshop, the powerhouse of image editing. Whether you are a beginner or just looking to refresh your skills, this tutorial will cover the fundamental aspects of navigation in Photoshop. So let's get started. So before we jump into the nitty-gritty, let's take a quick tour of the Photoshop interface. So you can find here the interface, and Photoshop has a versatile workspace with various panels and tools. We have the menu bar at the top and the options bar just below, and you can find the tool panel on the left side. You can find this one in the left side, and you can also customize your workspace by dragging the panels around and creating custom workspace and saving them for later. So if you want to add more tools in there, by clicking over the windows, and you can find from the tools in there, you can just click over here. It can help you to find or customize the toolbars in there. And also, now let's talk about the zooming and panning, essential for getting a closer look at your masterpiece. By clicking over here, and it can be zooming, or you can just click over here again, and you can just zoom out by clicking over and here, and this will give you the zoom out. Okay, and the hand tools helps you pan across your image when it's zooming, and master these tools will make details it's a bit brazy. So you can click over using the space, and you can now see it can easily used, or by clicking over here you can easily use it for using the kind of hands. Okay, so and also moving on, the let's explore how to navigate through your image effectively. So navigators panels allows you to navigate through your image quickly. So we can use, or you can by using from here, and it can be movable. So before that, I'll use the open, and let me choose one, or I'll just use the pictures in there, and for example I'll use these pictures for using, and now you can easily move it by dragging, and it can be movable. Okay, and also you can scroll through your images effortlessly and use the preview options so to see how bigger pictures while working on details. Like I can just use this one. Before that I can just, now you can see I scroll down, now it's come to scroll down. Okay, so and this is it for today's tutorial, how you can use the solid foundation in basic navigation in Photoshop. As you practice and become more comfortable with these techniques, you'll find yourself working more efficiently and confidently in this powerful software. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to delve into our fundamental aspects of digital design, understanding the difference between RGB and CMYK color modes in Photoshop. Whether you are a beginner or looking to enhance your designing skills, this knowledge is essential for creating vibrant and accurate visuals for both digital and print media. So let's get started by talking about RGB, which stands for red, green, and blue. This color mode is for primarily used for digital display, such as monitors, cameras, and web designing. RGB utilize these three primary colors of lights and create a wide spectrum of colors. Okay, so when you create our new documents in Photoshop, and you can use by using the new, and you can just click over here, and you can set the resolutions, and now you can see here, you will notice that the default color is the RGB, and this is because the optimized for displaying the colors or screens. So within the Photoshop, you can adjust the colors using RGB color slides, and you can click over OK. So before that, I will just use or insert our image by opening, and let me choose one image in there and then open it. And so here we have the images, and each channels you can see the layer panel and also the channels, and here you can see the RGB. Okay, so each channels represent the intensity of the primary colors. Mixing these colors in different propositions produces the full spectrum of colors, and you can see on the screen. So if I just hide this one, now you can see the difference in the blue, and if I gonna click over here the green and takes out the another, so come over to the greens, and there if I gonna say the red, it gives me the reds, and if I say the RGB is so selected all the. Okay, so this is our style, and you can see you RGB. Okay, and also let me use, and before that you can use this one. Okay, so now let's talk about CMYK, which stands for Science Magenta YOLO and K. So, or the black CMYK is the color mode used for print media such as magazines, brochures, and also the posters. Okay, so when you are working on a project that will be printed, it's crucial to set your color mode to CMYK from the start. So this ensures that the colors you choose to complete capability with the painting process. Okay, so if I use the another pictures of this one, and here I'll use this one, and for I can show you the CMYK in there, and click over here, and now you can see also the RGB, and you can see also the difference. Then if you want to use for the RGB. Okay, so and now you can also convert this one into CMYK, and when I convert this one with the CMYK, then you might, or you can show, and you can see the channels with the CMYK, and also sometime you might need to convert your project from RGB to CMYK to, or vice versa. Okay, so this is spatially true if you are designing something for both digital and print users. So you can use in Photoshop, or you can easily convert your document color mode by going to the image and use the mode, and from there this is the default one, or you can use the CMYK, this one, then you are able to convert the CMYK using this one. Then okay, now it's converted into CMYK in there, and now you can see it's also changed the channels like the CMYK. You can see uh, here, and if I gonna just or show you, this is the black, and if I gonna just say the yellow, and if I say this will be the magenta, and you can say the sign, so there, and the total over CMYK is there. Okay, so to ensure your design look as intended, it's crucial to be mindful of the color mode from the beginnings. Additionally, when designing for print, it's a good practice to work in CMYK, and periodically check your design in RGB to ensure it is still looks appealing on screen. So that's it for today's tutorial on understanding the difference between RGB and CMYK. It is fundamental for any designers, and I hope this tutorial has seen some lights on these color modes in Photoshop. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.
Today, we are diving into the world of image corrections with our powerful tool in Photoshop, Levels. Whether you are a seasoned pro or just starting out, mastering Levels can take your photos editing skill to the next level. So let's get started. So before we begin, make sure to make you have the Photoshop open, and you can use the image by using the file and use the pen. So let me use the image for this tutorial, and I will use the image for this tutorial, and let me choose the image, or I can use from here. Let me choose this one. Okay, so here I do have the images in there, and you can see or you can also open, you can choose or your images, so whatever you desire, whatever you want to work with in the Photoshop. Now that we have our images open, let's go to the adjustment panel, and you can find it by going to the image in there, and you can find there is that, and okay, so in just adjustment you can find there is the labels, and you can easily work with the click over, and it can give you the labels, or you can just use the keyboard shortcuts Control L for labels, or you can use from here the adjustment. Sometimes you may not have these tools. You can enable it by using the Windows set steps and it can give you the adjustment tools in there. So here you will see the labels in there, and also we will see the histogram representing the distribution of the pixels in your images. The dark tones are on the left, and you can see, and also the mid tones in the middle, and also the highlights on the right. And let's explore how to use this to enhance our image. So let's start with the dark, and if I start with the dark, now you can see the changes of the images, and it come over like this, and you can use the midtones in this one, so it come up like this. So now let's move on to the right one. So we will use this one. Now you can see it's come up like this. I'll decrease the dark side and the dark one, so come up like this, and I can just adjust this one, and I can highlight this one so more appealing with our image. So here we have now the images, and there now the appealing to our audience. Okay, so congratulations, you have just learned how to fix and enhance your image using the labels adjustment in Photoshop. So this is the easiest way. Don't be afraid to experiment and see how different adjustment can transform your photo. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Today we have an exciting tutorial for you. We'll be diving into the world of color enhancement in Photoshop, learning how to make those colors pop and bring your image to life. So let's get started. Before that, I will just use the image for working. So for this demonstration, I'll use the up hand and choose the picture for working with this one. So I will use this one and then hit on the OK. So here we have the pictures. Now I will use the few functions to show us with the different color. Make sure that you have this one, and you can find by clicking over here, and you can get this is the document profile. Sometimes you may have the different, like the measurement scale, so it can be like this, and you can make sure that you have the document profile. Now let's move into the edit and go to the convert to file. Now you can see is the destination space. The profile is selected here as RGB. So click over here. Now it is the same color, and again I will go to the edit from there. Use the assign profile pick from there. Let me choose the profile as like the RGB. So click over here, and now you can see it changes and it there. So whatever like the something, but when you text into the RGB, so it's come up like this. Okay, so here we have the quick access to change the RGB color in your Photoshop. Okay, so this is for today's tutorial on how to use with our like step-by-step guide on how to make color pop up in Photoshop. I hope this tutorial will help you. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Today we have got an exciting tutorial for you. We'll be diving into the roll top Photoshop and learning how to change the color of an object in just a few simple steps. Whether you want to spice up your photos or explore creative possibilities, this tutorial is for you. So let's get started. So the first thing first, open up your Photoshop and load the image you want to work on. So I will use the photo for using the color of or change the object color. So I will select this photo for work, this one. So now I already have got mine loaded here. Now I will I will just show you the steps, or you can just change it. Okay. The first step is I will do it the object selections from here, and you can see it here, the object selection, by selecting here, and you can now see selecting the object. You can now also use the Alter and Shift for using the mode selections, or you can just remove the selections with the Alter. Okay, so here we have, or if I'm gonna just zoom in, this one you can just add the little bit here, the press or hold the shift button, and here is the selections, and select it here. Same way I can do, or I can just do in here, or if I wanna just remove this one, hold the Alter and it can help you to remove this area. Okay, so this way I will use I will select this one. Now use here the group in here, then go to the mark sheet. Here we will use this one. Now go to again and use the solid colors, and here we have now the colors in there. Okay, so for this example I will use the colors like simply, and I can just use this one and hit on the OK. So here at this moment I can just use this again, the colors from here, and use the brightness and contrast, this one, and you can just easily use it to use this one and contrast. Okay, so here I will use this one. Now I will do move it to the top and there, and you can again do it like the different one, or you can just increase or decrease the brightness in. Okay, so now use the again in here, and or the marks in there, and before that I'll just undo this one, and again I'll select this one and use the here, and choose from here the colors in there. So you can now see it is now this one, and you can easily reduce the brightness of this one, and it will come up like this. So okay, so you can just change here and this one, and it can give you the different color or selections objects in your images. So and there you have it, changing the color of an objects in Photoshop. Remember to work with your fit. Feel free to get creative and the different objects and color. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Today we have an exciting tutorial lined up for you. We'll be learning how to change the background color in Photoshop. So this tutorial I will show you with the images. So first thing, I will use the File tab and use the open, and from there let me choose the photos and change the background, and I want to use this image for changing the background. So the first step, I will go to the select tab, and from there use the subject, then select this one, and it's now using and it's working with the subject. Again, go to the subject and then click, and there click over here and then first, and you can see we use the shortcut keyword Shift plus Control plus I. So I click over here, now it's work. And now what about you can what we can just change here the color by using the solid color into the marks in there, and you can now change your desire, like what color you want to use for your image. Okay, so for example, if I want to use this color, then I can just use this one. Okay, so I want to use this one. So here we have the background color. Now I will just modify this background color with here. Now you can find in here. So click over here and use the here. Then there's the multipliers, and now there you can see it gives us the background layers, and this is the background colors and change in there. Okay, so and there you have it, the changing background color in Photoshop. That make easy this quick and easy steps. You can follow this and experiment with different colors and techniques to enhance your image. So if you found this tutorial helpful, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are diving into the world of black and white photography. I'll show you how to convert a color photo to a standing black and white masterpiece using Adobe Photoshop. So if you are ready to unleash your creativity, so let's get started. Okay, the first thing is you have to open a color image in Photoshop. So you need to go to the File tab and use the Open, and from here I'll select the image for make the black and white. So for this example, I will use this image for making it. So here we have this one. Now I will just use the image tabs, and from there use the adjustment and use the digital torrent, this one, or you can just use the shortcut key Shift and Control, or you can click over here. Now it's come up a little bit black and white. Now I will make a duplicate layer for better options. So you can click over here and use the duplicate, or you can just go over the layers and use the duplicate. So here we have now the duplicate pictures. Now use here the blending modes for the layers. Click over here and make it like, I'll choose the multiples, this one, and opposites as I'll make this 60%. So here we have now the 60% in here. Okay, the next thing is I will go to again to the here. First click over here, go to the layer and use the here and the new adjustment, and just new adjustment layer, and from here use the black and white, then hit on the OK. Then again I will do and go back again. So let me use the soften like this one, and just make it like the I will just use here. So from let me choose it and soften the light. So here we have this one, and now you can choose over the here and 60%. Now you can see the changes of this one. So what is the changes in our image? So this is the we have done and we have worked, and this is the original one. So here you can see how you can make it the image black and white by using that of Photoshop. Okay, so there you have it. With just a few simple steps, you have transformed a color photo into a striking black and white masterpiece. Feel free to experiment with different settings to achieve the look you desired. So if you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Today, we have got an exciting tutorial for you. Photoshop enthusiasts out there will be diving into the magical world of color manipulation, and I'll be showing you how to change the color of anything in Photoshop. Whether you want to give your photos a creative twist or fixed color in consistency, this tutorial is for you. So grab your digital canvas and let's get started. So the first thing we have and we need is to open our image. So you can find this into the file types, and from there choose the open, and let me choose the photos from there and hit on the open. So here we have the pictures, and we want to change the colors of this dresses is this is the easiest way. I will show you how you do this. So first thing, we need to go to the image and then click over the adjustment and use the hue and saturations. Okay, so you can use now in here, and from here let me choose here, like kind of like hands click over here, and now let me choose the colors of which I want to change. So this is, for example, I'll use the colors. Now you can see is come over the colors in there. So when I check my cultures in there, now you can see the changes of this one. Okay, so you can change here the hue and saturations, like you can change the hue. Now it gives us the right click over here. Now you can see it gives us the different clothes here, the different color clothes and there. Okay, now let's go back to again and use the adjustment and use the hue and saturations, and you can just select this color again. If I first select this kind of hand and just select this colors, now you can change here the colors of the dresses, and it will give you the color different and there. Okay, so now you can see the changes of there. You can change here, and after that you can change the lightness or this is the one, and we can help to give you the different colors in there. Okay, so this way you can change any colors, any kind of colors in your image. So and there you have it. You have just learned how to change the colors of anything. So these possibilities are endless, so feel free to experiment and get creative with your images. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hello Photoshop enthusiast, welcome back. Today we have an exciting tutorial for you. We will be diving into the world of color manipulation in Photoshop. Especially we will learn how to change a specific color in your image. Whether you want to enhance the vibrancy or completely transform our color, this tutorial is for you. So let's get started. To begin, open the Photoshop, import the image you want to work on. So you can import the image from the File tab, and you can use the Open. So click over here. Now I want to work with these pictures. Now I'll show you with the pictures and the instructions how to change your colors. Suppose I want to change this dress color, and this is the specific, so I want to show you how you do that. So first steps is go to the tool for color manipulation, is subject color. So you can find it by going to the images, and from there choose the adjustments, and there you can find there's the several options, and choose the selective color. You can easily use it by selecting there. Then you can choose here the colors, like if I want to use this color, now you can choose and see it is now changed the dress colors in there. Okay, so this way you can change the specific color, so whatever you prefer for your image. Okay, so here I'm just changing the colors. Now you can see it is the different color, or you can easily play around with this one. Okay, so this way you can easily work and change the color. Okay, so when you think this is the okay for you, now you can easily give it a hit on the okay, and it can help you to change the specific color in your image. Okay, now I will show you another way you can change it. This is the hue and saturation options. Okay, so for more precise changes, so we can go do the first one, or I'll undo the zoom in or now, and I will just let me just use I want to work with the picture and do it again, and to the image it is a head in there, and choose the adjustment, and from there and choose here the hue and saturation, and here you can fine tune the color by adjusting the sliders. Okay, so you can work through with this kind of hand symbolized by clicking over here, and it will give you the specific color, or you can just work through, or you can just choose here. Now you can see it gives you the colors in there. Now is to change the colors in a specific. So play with the hue, and you can just change here the different color. What color do you want to use? So here I'm just playing with this one. Okay, so for example, I'll make it this color, and there you can also work with the saturations in there by using the play around the situation, and you can just give it a different color, or you can just use the brightness, or you can just increase or decrease this one. Okay, so for this tutorial, I just selecting this one and hit on the OK. Now you can say we have the different color, and we can change it from the one color to another color. Okay, so this way you can change the specific colors, and if you want to use in your image. So, and there you have it. Changing a specific color in Photoshop is easy to as that. Remember, you can use the selective color here, saturation, and the blur marks for different levels of controls. So thank you for joining us today, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. In today's tutorial, we'll be diving into the under tool of the world of Photoshop to create a standing gradient text effect. Whether you are a beginner or a seasoned designer, this tutorial will guide you through the steps to achieve our professional looking gradient text that can be used in various projects. So let's jump right in. So here I want to work with this text. So to change the gradient color. So this is the easiest way. I will just show you how to do that. So first, select the text and click over here, and when you double click into the here, and you can see is come over with the layer style, and the styles you can find there. It says the gradients and gradients overlay. Click over here. Now you can see it comes over with the gradient colors. So by selecting here the colors, you can choose from which colors you want to use the text. So for this example, I can just use simple colors like this one. Then now you can see as a preview, it gives you this one, and also you can change this one as the different one. Okay, so let me choose the colors, or you can just use the pink color or purple color or whatever you want. So here we have this one, and also you can change the opposites, like if you want to use this opposite. So here you can change it and blend smooth from here, and you can change the color touch, or you can use here the color burn. So what do you prefer for the text? Okay, and you can also change here the colors by clicking over with the stuffs, and it will help you to give you the different gradient colors. Okay, then hit on the OK, and also you can change here like the different, or like the soft lights, or you can just change with the overlay, and now you can use the angles, and like which angles you want to use this one. Like here you can now see it will give you the different one, or this angle you can see as a preview, or you can choose from here. So here we will use, then you can change the styles, like you can use these lines or riddles, whatever you deserve. Okay, so for this example, I'll just use the different one, like the reflected. So here we have the reflected one and scale. If you want to increase, so you can use the scale, or you can just decrease this one, so it can give you the different color. Or okay, so by following these steps, you can easily use the gradient colors into your text. So, and there you have it, a beautiful gradient text effect created right here in Photoshop. And I hope you found this tutorial helpful. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.